This is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind. This is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind.
Hello and welcome to another EWA 2K23 roster reveal. I am joined today by the creator of AJ Reeves. Hello.
What's up?
So we're gonna have a chat through the process behind creating AJ Reeves today. He's gonna be in the from the very first episode of EWA. Spoilers. So we're trying to introduce everyone to all the wrestlers who are going to be on the roster, basically. So this is AJ. What's tell us a little bit about what prompted you to make AJ? Like, what's his inspirations? What's his origins? What's his story, if you like? What's his character? Just tell us a little bit about him, like as what you know about him, basically.
His original version came in 2K16.
Oh wow, okay. So before EWA existed, AJ Reeves was about.
He was originally my career character.
Okay.
So AJ Reeves became AJ Reeves after he had a little rundown with inspiration from Randy Orton. He started initially just as AJ and then became AJ Orton.
Okay.
And is now AJ Reeves.
All right, and where does the Reeves come from? Like, was that just you just like
It
the
just
flow of it?
sounded good.
Yeah, fair enough. No, fair enough. That's been the answer a lot of times, to be honest, on the name origins. So yeah, brilliant. So wow, and how much has he changed over those years? Because that's 7 years now.
His original version had just a normal goatee type thing look and shorter hair.
Yeah.
Came out with Heath Slater tights. Had the gloves, the armband, or the sleeve on the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Came out wearing a fedora.
Okay. So what was the thought process when you were making him? What were you aiming to make? Like, was it just trying things on and seeing what you like the look of, or did you have an idea in mind when you were making him? Like, what was the process?
Initially, I was trying to make the closest representation to me.
Okay.
And that's basically how he turned out. But over time with changes, the only thing that's really changed since 2K17 was his tattoos.
Right. What, there's more now, or they're different, or
they're always different because I can't find the same tattoos on Community Creations.
Oh, okay. Right, fair enough. So yeah,
the only tattoo that has stayed is the AJ on his side.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fairly easy to find in the game, I imagine, as well.
Yeah, it's just AJ Styles logo.
Yep, exactly. So right, so yeah, talk us through. Like you say, you started off with shorter hair and a goatee, different tights. What's been the evolution process for AJ? Has it been out of necessity because parts have been taken out and you've had to replace them, or have you made a deliberate decision to change his look up?
The original tattoos that he had when I made him in 2K16 were the Randy Orton tattoos, and then 2K17 they removed Orton's tattoos from the creation suite.
Did they? Okay. I remember there being the whole thing with the tattoo artist wanting to sue them or something, so I assume it was in response to that. Was that as far back as 2K17? Wow, that seems more recent than that.
They just took him out of that's 2K16 had Baron Corbin's tattoos in it too and all that stuff. Yeah. And then they just took him out the following year.
Interesting. So since then you've just been using whatever you've liked the look of on Community Creations.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough. And so he's got obviously longer hair and a fuller beard now. Is that character development, or just you like the look more, or what's going on?
I like the look.
Fair enough.
At one point, I was told he was a Seth Rollins ripoff.
I mean, in that case, anyone with long hair and a beard is, but
This tattoo on his chest, though, has actually been in a previous version of him.
Okay.
I can't remember what year, but I know it was on his chest at one point.
And you've found it again and thought, yeah, I'll use that again. Fair enough. Okay, cool. And the type, I mean, there's a lot of, is he intentionally, I assume it's intentional because there's a lot of it, it's very monochrome in terms of his attire. It's just black and white. Is that sort of like...
His 2K22 version was black and red.
Right.
So it just changes colors every year, kind of.
Yeah, but very themed around a certain sort of colours and what have you. Brilliant. And is there anything like preference-wise, you know, like in terms of why those tights, why those boots?
The boots just look decent, and the reason I use these are to put logos on the sides.
Yeah, you just turned it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm also not the best at wrapping tattoos.
Fair enough. Like, you know, it's everyone's got their strengths and weaknesses in creation and what have you. So yeah, brilliant. Like, okay, so is there anything else you want to tell us about his ringer? Because it's quite simple and to the point. He's got long tights and boots and gloves, and he's got an arm wrap. You know, it's quite straightforward. Is there anything else you want to point out? You know, that we might not have spoken about his look so far, or do you want to move on to his? Okay.
Entrance.
Yeah, we'll move on to his entrance attire then, if you want, and we'll have a chat about that. Okay, so pretty straightforward. He wears a jacket to the ring. Has he got anything on the back of the jacket? First question. Like,
okay, this is basically where the Randy Orton inspiration comes from.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a lot of numbers. Is that a preset jacket in the game, or is that?
It is a normal. There's nothing normally on the back of it.
Okay, so that's
just a logo that was in the thing.
Yeah. That's a lot of legends he's killed. Is that sort of what he's about, like taking down
pretty much
people that are established, you know, kind of thing, you know, causing upsets and what have you. Fair enough, right? Brilliant. So
he's got a certain person in mind.
So what took you, since you've mentioned the Orton thing a couple of times, what took you away from the Orton influence? Was it just literally the lack of his tattoos, or like, and you had to switch it up out of necessity, or like what took you away from that?
Kinda just, I didn't want to do like the whole Orton on the back of the tights thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of sounded weird with trying to make a whole backstory with him and being like Randy Orton's brother or something.
Right, and you wanted to like step away and just make him like a person who can exist without that connection to real WWE. Fair enough. Yeah, that works well for us. Not having to sell him as some guy called Randy's brother. But
Randy's long lost brother.
Pardon?
It'd be like Randy's long lost brother.
Yeah, that Bob never told him about. Okay, well, let's I think, you know, he's got a very it's weird, he's got a very simple look, but he's got, like, you know, it's not overly convoluted in terms of the attire, but it's still quite distinctive from what we've seen so far with everyone else. So I like that. You know, he's gonna stand out. We should have a look at this in action, I think. And see his entrance and how that goes. All right, bit of pyro to kick us off. Lovely stuff.
There's supposed to be a Tron for it,
but it's just not doing it.
It's because I uploaded him from Xbox.
Oh, so so that doesn't carry over, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Best part of the entrance.
Oh, there he is. Someone finally used it. He comes up through the stage. Coming out to complete the story, right?
Yep.
So yeah, talk us through it. Was that just, you know, did you know you were going to use that as soon as you knew it was in the game? Yeah. It is a cool entrance, to be fair. I'm guessing the Ricochet thing is more for the actual cosmetic behind the Ricochet than anything to do with the word Ricochet. Ooh, we've got more pyro. Lovely stuff.
There's a lot of pyro.
Yeah. It's cool though.
Just wait, there's more.
Fair enough. But the thing is, like, you know, the thing is with pyro is everyone, like, everyone likes to pretend they don't really care about Pyro, but when WWE took it away, everyone lost their minds. You know, Pyro's an important part of the presentation. Look, oh, that's a cool shot. That's a really cool camera angle on that entrance.
Also, for some reason, Cody's Pyro shows up in there too.
Oh, right. Bonus Pyro.
Because for some reason, it's like a whole... Yeah, there it is. It's a whole double thing, and I don't understand why.
You can't get rid of it. It's just, oh, well, you know, more Pyro. Why not, eh? More Pyro. So, yeah. So, is that... Oh, you can just leave it running. Leave it running. It's fine. So, is that just completely Cody's entrance, start to finish, just with custom Pyro?
Yeah, it's because I don't like how it cuts stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they don't transition well, do they, from, like, one scene to another. Like, sometimes they do flow quite nicely. I know Taylor Osborne's got 2 different entrances, and I think if you didn't know, I don't think you'd realise. You know, like, if you came into this with no knowledge of wrestling, I don't think you'd realise that he'd cut 2 together. Because it does flow really nicely, but a lot of them do not. You know, like, really do not. It's like 1 second you're running down the ramp, and then the next second you stood still facing backwards or something. It's like, yeah, really janky.
There's only one entrance I've made on here that runs good together like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to find, like, combinations of them that fit together. So, what's his... Tell us a bit about AJ's sort of, like, gimmick personality. Like, what's he like, you know, like, as a character? Because I'm getting certain vibes, but I'd rather hear it from your mouth, you know, kind of thing, you know.
So this particular version of AJ, like the Legend Killer, is more of like the egotistical heel type, like Orton was at one point.
Yeah. It's hard to call yourself a Legend Killer and not be a bit egotistical with it, you know.
He's had multiple variations over the time that I've created him. Like at one point he had a demon version, which I do not feel like recreating.
Yep. That's fair, you know.
He had a phenomenal version, which was a stab at AJ Styles that came out in like an Assassin's Creed robe.
Oh, okay. He's the man of many, many historic gimmicks.
You had his original gimmick when he became AJ Reeves, which was the Phenomenal Badass.
Okay. Did he have a bike?
No.
Oh.
You have his more heel persona, which is Hollywood AJ, which is a more stab with Hollywood Undead, which is one of my favorite bands.
Oh, okay. I like a bit of HU. One of my favorite bands actually as well.
And then you have his one of his other major heel variations, which is the King.
Okay.
Which is his King of the Ring gimmick.
Ah, okay. So if we ever run a King of the Ring style tournament, he'll be gunning for that, will he?
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So he's just pretty arrogant about his abilities. He's every time he gets a win over some big name, very sort of braggadocious about it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
With a gimmick like the Legend Killer. So there you go. You heard it here first, fans. Fans, do not cheer this man. He doesn't want you to. He's here to be hated. But yeah, I love that shot. Every time it cuts to that, you know, that long shot with the pyro in the background and him on the top turnbuckle. I know what the thumbnail for this video is going to be. Put it that way.
I like how Cody's pyro hit when he hopped up on the top rope.
Yeah, even though, like, maybe you didn't necessarily want it, it does fit in well enough that it doesn't seem like an accident, even though it is, you know.
See, the reason I got, like, the Ricochet Trons, it was, like, the barbed wire effect.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was it was more about, like, what appears behind the word. Yeah, it's a shame they won't let you, like...
Just have the background.
Yeah, because, like, as much as... I get it, like, it's a complete thing. Who is gonna, unless they're creating specifically a tag partner for Ricochet, who's gonna want the word Ricochet on their entrance thing? You know, do you know what I mean? It just seems a bit weird to not take it off. But I imagine it's a lot of extra work to do that, so I sort of get why.
His Tron, like on the Xbox version of him, is what's legit on the back of his vest.
Okay.
It just has the big legend killer text.
Right. And is that not doable on this version, or you just decided to
I have to remake it.
Ah, okay, fair enough. So, is there anything else you want to talk to us about, AJ? Like, you know, anything I haven't directly asked about that you've wanted to talk about, or, you know, any details that we've missed, you know, that you want to point out? Like, you know, this is your moment, your video to introduce him, kind of thing. So, you know, use your time. If you've got anything else you want to say or point out.
Not really.
No? Cool. Well, then what we'll do, if it's alright with you, because we're right near the end of this entrance, is we'll finish the video, but if you leave it running, and we'll do one more version of the entrance without us really talking over it very much, and just let people, you know, enjoy it.
Alright.
So yeah, thanks for taking your time and joining us and introducing us to AJ. Everyone, enjoy his entrance one more time. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe so you don't miss the kickoff of EWA 2K23. And yeah, see you later.
Be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems, just